Hey, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Franzi back with another Genshin Impact video, and today I'm going to be talking about the amount of Primogems that a free-to-play player and a semi-free-to-play, just kind of pay a little bit here and there kind of player can get. So unfortunately, I was not doing content at the time, so I can't really say the October 2020 and the November 2020 Primogem count. Especially October because it was the first month that the game released, and of course during the first month they're always going to try and give away as much as possible to entice players to stay. So that's kind of an outlier, even if you did keep track of it. November, I think I've seen some conversations and comments and stuff like that. I think it's somewhere between 4,000 and 5,000. So just keep that in mind when we're going over this. I think a pretty good place to start is the daily commissions. So obviously there's 31 days in December, times by 60, 1,860 gems. Realistically, that's not the highest amount. I know in a lot of other games they give more. I mean, that's one multi-poll and one single. That's all it is for logging in for an entire month and doing your dailies. That's not very good. I mean, it could be better is all I'm saying. I just wish they had some kind of daily login where you just get like Primogems, kind of like Seize the Day, but they have it all the time. They kind of need to give that out more, I think. The next mail that we got was the thank you gifts. These were the 800. They were spaced out into 200 for 4 days. Both of them were. They were for being nominated Game of the Year for 2020. This is stuff that we are not going to get very often. This is kind of like a one-time thing almost, because this is like a reward you get once a year, you know? So as nice as this was, the 1600 that we got from this one free multi-pull is very uncommon. We're not going to see this very often. But it was very nice, and it made December look a lot better. The 1.2 program promo codes were given out. It was the special program that was on December 10th, I believe. They gave out 3 different codes. They were each worth 100. Unfortunately, the promo codes only lasted like 16 hours or something. They literally gave them out that morning and they ended that night, so you had to be on that day to get all 3 of them. It was kind of a really shitty thing to do, to be honest, because it's just not enough time for everybody to get the code. So unfortunately, I wish these last longer, but these are always appreciated despite, you know, how poorly they were handled in that situation. Then there was the promo code that came with the release of 1.2. It was only 60 Primogems, but at the same time it was nice. I think it lasted longer. I'm not sure how long this one lasted, to be honest, but I believe it was longer than 1 day. And then from the maintenance there was 300, and I believe from bug fixes there was 400. Gotta love the random bug fixes that literally don't even affect you, but you get 100 free Primogems for. Those are always nice to have. And then I didn't include these because these are fates and different than Primogems, I guess. But for the battle pass, even if you don't buy it, you get 5 free Acquaint Fate for completing it. And for the monthly shop, real quick example, it's in the Stardust Exchange. It costs 75. I don't know if a normal free-to-play player can get these every month. I think they probably could, just because I have 3,800 of this and it's only 375. But I think it's a pretty, nice thing to have. It's just 5 free summons, 5 free singles on both the standard and the limited time banner. For the events of December, start at the very beginning, the Zhongli story quest. Every character, when they release, every 5-star that is, always gets their own story quest. And Zhongli was no different. His story quest gave 60. The test run for Zhongli, every time there is a new banner, they have the test run for the 5-star, and only the 5-star gives the Primogems. Solid 20. Unfortunately, there was only one Seize the Day in December, so that is, you get 100 on like the 2nd or the 3rd day, and then you get 200 on the 7th day, so it adds up to 300. It's literally just logging in and you get 300 Primogems. I wish this was an every week kind of thing, but I'm not going to get into that yet. I want to continue and show the totals for December before I get into if they need to add more and all that. So there was the gliding challenge in the beginning of December. It was a 7-course thing. You had to get like bronze or silver, so you didn't even have to do very well on it to get the 60 Primogems. 60 Primogems per course, 7 courses, 420 Primogems. While It's Warm was probably the worst event in Genshin history in my mind. I mean, it really wasn't that bad of a concept. It's just how they did it was awful. They made you go through like the worst kind of route situation to try and deliver this meal. You had to do it 3 times a day for 60. It was not worth, it was because it's free, but like the frustration people got from it, and including myself, it was just awful. Like, I'm not even gonna get into it. It was horrific. The Albedo story quest, now this one is maybe confusing to some people because you didn't have to use a key to unlock this. It just kind of was the first thing that you saw when you started up 1.2. but it was his story quest. It wasn't the beginning of the Chalk Prince and the Dragon, it just was his quest itself. And obviously there's the test run just like for Zhongli. And then this event was amazing, and it's still going on, so I don't want to say like, you know, it's over already, but like this event is very, very nice. You get a free 4-star max refined weapon that is very good for, you know, just your supports, specifically Bennett. In, you know, I think a lot of people's cases, a weapon just suits him so well and it's amazing for him. And the 900 Primogems, gotta love that. There was just a ton of Primogems available throughout each of the events. It was in 4 parts. It was just an amazing thing, and the exchange shop was great as always. And then the last part of the Primogems for this month was the release of the new area, Dragon Spine. So I think for the most part this stuff is pretty concrete. I don't think there's anything wrong here at all. This is where it gets a little almost conjecture, because it's really hard to, you know, pinpoint exactly what it is. Like the quest, yes, there was 320 Primogems from quest. There's no, I don't think you can argue. I don't think there's anything to argue there. Achievements 250. They added like a new challenger series, and then they had the new like tab for exploring Dragonspine as well. And then there's waypoints where you just get 65. The chests is where it's hard, because the chests, obviously it's very hard to keep track of every single quest in an area. You know, it's like, there have been a lot of guides and videos and just like summaries, I guess. And from what I've seen, this is a rough estimate. I think the number is actually higher, so I'm just going to lowball it just in case, because I don't want to overshoot it. I think it'd be worse to overshoot it than to undershoot it. So I think 1200 is pretty fair. I do think this number could be higher, but I'm going to stick with 1200 for the sake of going too high, I guess. And then the new almost reputation style mechanic, the Frostbearing Tree. You obviously gave it Crimson Negates, and after levels 1, 2, and 5, I believe, you get 4 Quaint Fate total from those. And then from 6, you get 2 Intertwined Fate. Great stuff. So I've kind of just been spouting up numbers and stuff, but I think it's better to just look at the totals. So for the totals, I'm going to start with the very left one. The total amount of Primogems without including the Primogems that are available within Dragonspine, there are 6,720, and then the monthly ones that you can get. The Primogems that you can get with Dragonspine is 8,555. Now the reason I made these 2 different tabs is because for most of the months you're not going to have an entirely new area, and the brand new area does kind of inflate the month. Obviously I did count it because it would be disingenuous to not count it, but I did want to show what the month looks like without it, because this is much more of a realistic number that we'll see every month. And even then, it's still kind of inflated, because this thank you gift is going to be more of a yearly or not, we're never going to see it again kind of thing. So this is more of a, you know, this number is very high compared to what it normally should be. If we take away the thank you gift, because that was just a one-time off, we're looking at like 5,120. So again, we're near that 4,500. It is higher. It is in the 5,000s this time compared to November, which I heard it was in the 4,000s. And I also did want to mention just a little tidbit, is that if you do spend $5, you do get that extra 3,000 Primogems. And this right here for a month in Genshin looks just absurd. This is almost a free 5-star guaranteed. It's just ridiculous the amount of Primogems you can get for buying the Blessing of the Welkin Moon Pass. It's just a ridiculous value. I really think that if you are going to spend any money, you should just spend $5 a month on that. And then I also have the tab here in case you buy the Battle Pass. It's an extra 680 Primogems for Intertwined Fate. That's about 8 more singles. And then obviously all the resources that come with it, and the Battle Pass weapon as well. So back to the original question, how free to play is Genshin Impact? Well, if we're looking at only free to play, then we have to use this number, which, to be fair, is actually a very nice number. I think this is very good. This is one of the best months we'll see in a long time, I think, not until they release a new area. But this number right here, if they gave this out monthly, I'd say Genshin Impact is very free-to-play friendly. This, pretty free-to-play friendly. I mean, this is 4 multis in Primogems, 1 multi in Quaint Fate, and then half of 1 in Intertwined. So adding this all up, in this month without Dragonspine, you get 55 pulls. Now, obviously, Pity, Soft Pity starts at 75, and then Hard Pity is at 90. So, you know, if you're going for the guaranteed 5-star, you're not quite there, but there is always that chance that during the summon you can just get a 5-star. So 55 pulls in a month I think is actually really good, and if they keep that up, I think they're on the right track. But if we're including Dragonspine, this is closer to 75 pulls. And 75 pulls in 1 month is a really good amount, especially when you're hitting soft pity at 75 and you're guaranteed at 90. So basically this 1 month, they've almost handed out a 5-star. If you're super unlucky, you didn't get the 5-star because you have to go to 90 and you're only at like 75. But either way, that's pretty nice. Getting 5-star a month. We'll see if they can keep that pace up. I'm a little skeptical, but if they do, that's ridiculous. And now obviously if you're a late spender and you're in one of these two categories, you're looking real nice, because this is a ridiculous amount of Primogems to get in a month for just spending $5. So if you're a late spender, $5 a month, you're looking real nice. Even if you went all in on Zhongli, you've just got enough summons for another unit. And prime example, me. Look at my Primogems. I went all in on Zhongli for the most part. I have 11,247, and I have 19 intertwined fate, excuse me. So please let me know down below if you guys think Genshin is free-to-play friendly. I think it's definitely trending in the right direction. November was a little scary, but I think December was amazing, and hopefully it continues in that way. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, that is going to be it for this one. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll definitely catch you guys in the next one. Peace.